of road safety matters. Okay, so with having young people, so we said it is more of having young people involved in road safety. So we are now spreading the message of safe road practices via young people. Okay, so the word via was now the one that was now changed a bit, I think, in terms of pronunciation, and was now related to now become via. So that is the whole program behind this whole road safety. Most probably, maybe if you have people here in this meeting that have maybe interacted with us in their schools, because we have these programs in schools, maybe they can tell us if maybe we've had someone here school. Anyone? Okay, so I think now this is to say that we now need to do more work and get to more students in their schools. Okay, so I will be sharing my screen in a bit. We've already said what we can the safety tool. So just a minute. Now the next slide will be about data, or maybe we'll be talking about numbers and what we think, how many people we think are affected with these incidents on roads. Or maybe we can have that before I share my slides, because we have these incidents happening here, outside Kenya. Every day we have reports on road traffic accidents, and I'd just like us to have a conversation around that. How many people do you think are involved in road traffic incidents in a day? Now this is purely guesswork. We can totally guess on this. How many people do you think are affected, or basically, because we are youth, let's now trickle it down to youth. How many youth do you think are affected on a daily basis with road traffic incidents? There's someone who has their mic on. This is Abby. Abby, could you kindly just tell us how many people do you think are affected roughly? You don't even have to Google it, you don't have to research it. It is just a conversation that we are having. How many people do you think are affected on a daily basis?
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, we have 1,000. That's from Aura. Or is it who is speaking?
Hi. Okay.
Pardon?
Roxy.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Milan, you have your hand up. Could you kindly just tell us how many people do you think are affected with
100 and
100?
105.
105. So this is a global statistic. We are trying to guess global data. It's not only in Kenya. We're not only talking about Kenya, because this is a conversation that is happening around the world. So we are talking on a worldwide perspective. How many people do you think are affected? Young people, to be specific. Yes, Bilal?
I think around 5% of the population.
5% of the population. Okay, that's heavy mathematics. Okay. There's someone else who had raised their hand up. Was it Faith? Faith, did you?
Probably 5,000.
5,000. Okay. I will take the last. Okay. Faith has already spoken. Who else has their hand up? Let me try and see from my side. Who else has their hand up? Molly,
I'll say 2000.
2000. Okay. 2000. And Bilal, finally. Or Bilal had already spoken. Okay. Mark Smith. Mark Smith. We can't hear you, but you are unmuted. Could you kindly just maybe type it in the chat box? 800K people. Okay, so allow me to share my screen so that we can see, as a matter of fact, how many people are affected with. And when I talk about people, this time I'm specifically talking about young people. Okay, so in this context, we're not trying to scare anyone. We're just speaking the truth, and we're trying to make these facts known. So maybe some numbers there can be a bit scary, but that is not its aim. It is just for us to know where are we as from the year 20. I think this is a statistic that was done in 2022. Where are we right now in terms of road traffic incidents? So it's not a matter of being scared. Don't feel scared. Don't feel like now you have to fear for your life anytime you're on the roads. No, it is just to create awareness of how much this is now affecting young people and how much we should all become road safety champions. Okay, so in a minute. So some of us had overestimated and others had underestimated, because we had 1,000, we had 105, we had 5%, we had 800K. So as you can see on your screen, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so as you can see on my screen,
Yes, ma'am.
pardon? Okay. We'll just continue. As you can see, throughout the world, traffic crashes take the lives of about 200 young people under the age of 18 years. So my assumption is me, Fred, and Cecilia are the only ones who are beyond 18 years here. So you can imagine every day, or this is actually annual data. Every year, like the way we just completed the year 2022, we had over 200 people reported to have lost their lives towards road traffic incidents. Okay, and these are guys who are below 18 years. And so if we trickle it down to daily statistics, this now represents 700 people dying on roads, and this is now equivalent to three standard airlines. I think we had a video on that, so maybe I'll stop sharing for a minute. And Cecilia, from your end, maybe you can help me play the video so that it is more interactive. Cecilia? Yeah, Molly is saying truly a lot. Yes, there's so many people who just lose their lives. I wouldn't say it's recklessness, because some things are beyond you as a person, even while you are on roads, and there are so many factors that contribute to these numbers. It is just not on the pedestrians. Yes, Cecilia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we had a video. So David is saying, yeah, like the recent airline crash. You can imagine. So now having that happening every day, and it is just not one but three. Milan has a question. Milan. Uh-huh.
But there's some people who like do things on purpose to get people like killed. For example, let's say like someone like messes with the brakes. So when someone like is going maybe 1,000 kilometers per hour, cannot like stop because the brakes are like jammed.
Yeah, true.
So it makes them like get into a car crash even though they didn't
want,
like intend. Yeah.
Very true. There are so many underlying factors than just the human beings, because even the vehicles that we use, they are machines. And like Milana said, some things are just beyond you as a person, you know? They're just beyond you. You can just be like using your bike and driving it around your compound, and then it just decides to just stop, you know? I think even the brakes, the bike, they also malfunction at times, you know? So yes, we learn it actually happens, and it's really unfortunate. I don't know if Cecilia is ready.
I mean, it's given.
Okay. So anyone else who has a question or an input? And there's someone who has their mic unmuted. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, someone's echo. I think that is sorted. Thank you, David. Anyone else with an input before we get the video? Because there's a video that I'd like us to see, and it is it's really explanatory. It's sort of like a storyline that helps us understand all this from a very good perspective. Okay, so just a minute. Anyone else maybe who might have a question on what we've already talked about, we can maybe help each other in answering. You guys can also answer. Okay, so Mark Smith is asking, so if you take out Boys of the Road, you have the number. Is it that we are bad drivers or just majority? So this is a conversation that we will actually have and just see between boys and girls, who are the ones who are most careful on the roads and who are the ones who are least careful on the roads, because this is a study that was actually done, and we just see, even just having conversations here, I know we have both boys and girls, we can just share experiences on who do you think are the most careful when it comes to road practices, you know, and who are the ones who are keen to details, you know. I think the video is ready. You can just continue putting in your questions on the chat, on the chat bot, and we can continue answering. We can answer after we have seen the video. Okay, so feel free to continue writing your questions. Okay. Yes, so I assume it's ready, and we can now see it. Maybe you could unmute so that we can all hear.
Hi, Juliet. You cannot hear the sound.
Yeah, we can't get this. Yeah, we can't get the sound. Maybe you can try and play it right now.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, unmute.
Children die in traffic worldwide. That is equivalent to 3 planes full of children that are crashing. VIA, Global Road Safety Education for a New Generation. Every day, 700 children die in traffic worldwide. That is equivalent to 3 planes full of children that are crashing every day, with many more seriously injured. The VIA program was launched to help save the lives of our children. VIA is a global road safety education program, providing innovative learning materials designed to deliver school-based road safety education to young people aged 10 to 18. VIA was created by the corporate foundations of Michelin and Total, with the support of the Global Road Safety Partnership, GRSP, the specialist road safety organization hosted within the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. Designed by road safety and educational experts, VIA takes an innovative approach to learning, focusing on the value of life and on teaching safe behavior in traffic through active, emotional, and creative methods. This guarantees a greater learning success than traditional methods. Impacting knowledge, attitudes, and practice, the VIA learning materials include detailed manuals, fact sheets, worksheets, games, videos, and quizzes. VIA provides 4 learning modules related to the didactic steps of feeling, knowing, creating, and implementing. The modules are divided into different teaching units, each with content filling about 50 minutes, made up of an engaging mix of different activities. With more than 50 interchangeable VIA activity options available, the program is flexible enough to be tailored to suit the needs. That is equivalent to 3 planes full of VIA, Global Road Safety Education for a New Generation. Every day, 700 children die in traffic worldwide. That is equivalent to 3 planes full of children that are crashing every day, with many more seriously injured. The VIA program was launched to help save the lives of our children. VIA is a global road safety education program, providing innovative learning materials designed to deliver school-based road safety education to young people aged 10 to 18. VIA was created by the corporate foundations of Michelin and Total with the support of the Global Road Safety Partnership, GRSP, the specialist road safety organization hosted within the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. Designed by road safety and educational experts, VIA takes an innovative approach to learning, focusing on the value of life and on teaching safe behavior in traffic through active, emotional, and creative methods. This guarantees a greater learning success than traditional methods. Impacting knowledge, attitudes, and practice, the VIA learning materials include detailed manuals, fact sheets, worksheets, games, and quizzes. VIA provides 4 learning modules related to the didactic steps of feeling, knowing, creating, and implementing. The modules are divided into different teaching units, each with content filling about 50 minutes, made up of an engaging mix of different activities. With more than 50 interchangeable VIA activity options available, the program is flexible enough to be tailored to suit the needs of educators and young people everywhere. VIA can be easily implemented in schools in a minimum of 6 teaching units and is already present in 3 continents. All learning materials are accessible through the online VIA platform, and all activities are designed to be usable in both high and low-tech school settings. The VIA platform is also where all VIA projects are registered and monitored with the support of VIA Global Manager, GRSP. So, you want to get started? Great. Simply reach out. You'll be given access to the VIA platform and a call will be set up with GRSP to help plan your project. We'll discuss geography, scale, and work to identify a local NGO who will become our implementing partner, working directly with the schools on your VIA project. GRSP provides training and support and is on call to help keep each project on track. VIA is built upon big ambition. It starts small and dreams big. VIA is yours. Join us.
Nice. Thank you very much for that. Now, as you could see, we now saw some bit of videos, some bit of cartoons. Now, I'd like us to now talk and tell me, what are some of the things that you've noted, that you've learned, that you've seen from that video? Maybe if we can have mic for a minute, and then when it's your basis as you do your normal activities and routines? What risk do you think you are most exposed to? Maybe you should just take some. Okay, someone is saying crazy bus drivers. That is tear. Okay, traffic jam. Remembering I left chapatis in the fridge. Well, that is. I would also be stressed. Bilal is saying getting hit by a car. That is very true. It is. It is a risk. It is something that I think we all experience. Great input there, and maybe Milton. Milton, maybe you could say something. Milton. Okay, I see your mic is unmuted, but we can't get you. Before we go to Milton, or maybe as we wait for Milton to get his network ready, Patience, could you maybe just unmute and tell us what you think? Patience? Patience? Okay, Milton, you had your hand up again. Okay, Milton, you can go ahead. Okay, now let's go to the chat area and see. Someone is saying overspeeding maniacs. That's very true. That's very true. And what exactly do we mean when we say overspeeding? Because there is a standard required speed, you know. So when we say overspeeding, it's someone going beyond their limit, or let us chambua that a bit. Milan is saying not getting enough sleep before driving can also cause accidents. That is now something that now relates to the drivers. Before you decide to get behind the wheel, it's pretty important to just make sure that you are relaxed, you are safe, you're in a very good condition, right? Someone is saying matatu drivers are so reckless. Is this a conversation that you think we should have? Maybe next time, as we are planning something on EmPAWA Stude, we can have someone from the boda sector, we can have someone from the matatu sector, from just a driver, a trailer driver, a truck driver, you know. Maybe we can also just have them on board and having these conversations so that we can relate and see what are we as the youth saying, what are they as stakeholders, as key stakeholders or people on roads saying. Someone is saying, Nema is saying, matatu these days being with a loud music, not listening outside and driving reckless. So you're also saying that loud music on matatus is not a good thing. A conversation that maybe we should have, you know, maybe it's something we should talk about. Someone else is saying, Mark Smith is saying, motorcycles are way worse to me. Motorcycles. That's great. And like I've just said, I think it's important to have people from all these sectors. Mtu wa boda, mtu wa matatu, truck driver, you know, bus driver, all of them. We just have them into maybe even in this meeting right now, and for them to just tell us what happens, because you know you can't really say when you're having things from your own perspective. Maybe it is also high time that we listen to their perspective and listen to what goes on. What is this that makes them overspeed, makes them overtake, overlap, and all this. Someone is also saying drug abusing. Molly is saying, yes, I think that will be awesome and enlightening to have them. So I have someone who's joining me and saying that we should have these guys in our next maybe meeting in terms of road safety. Milan is saying, imagine overtaking someone when drunk. That is pretty dangerous. It's like Fast and Furious 10. And I think it's almost out there.
Actually,
yes? Pardon? Oh. Okay, sorry. Sorry, sorry, I didn't realize that. So I was just reading the comments, and there's someone who said that maybe we should have a conversation. Let me try and find that. Yes, Molly said, yes, I think that will be awesome and enlightening to have them. So I have someone who's joining me and saying, yes, we should actually have these people and have a conversation with them so that they can tell us, because we can't really know when we are only speaking from our perspective. We can't get the whole story or the whole picture when we are having important that we have also them in this conversation, so that even we as young people can know what is going on from their end, and also them, they can know what is going on from our end. And Milan is saying, imagine overtaking someone when drunk. That is pretty dangerous. That is very dangerous. Karani is saying some of the drivers are usually distracted by their phones and cause an accident. And we all know the risks of having your phone on you while you are the one behind the wheel. It's a pretty big risk, if you ask me. So Nicole is saying most of them blast too much music, which cause noise pollution. Very good. That not only, if you ask me, affect them, but also other people who are not even there. Yeah. So maybe just go to the ones raising their hands. Prudence, do you have something you'd like to say? Prudence? Okay, just Abigail?
No.
Okay, Prudence, go ahead.
No, I don't have something to say.
Okay, thank you. Jasmine, do you have something to say? You have your hand up. Jasmine? Okay.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, so all of you are having your hands up. Then I think it was from the previous questions. Abe, do you have something to say? Okay, then allow me to ask the final question before we now move to the risk factors. So my assumption is most of us here are students, right? And this question now goes out to students. There are dangerous traffic situations around the school. How can you help us improve our surrounding area? What can we do to improve our surrounding area around the school? Our school environment. There's one school I went to, actually here in Nairobi, and it was the front gate was actually just turned into a car park. And the students were really complaining, and they were like, no, it makes the whole situation dangerous, and this and that. You wouldn't know when someone is reversing or this and that. So what do you think we can do to make our school areas safe in terms of roads? Jasmine, do you have something to say? Jasmine? Okay, Prudence? Salum, do you have something? Okay, Prudence, go ahead.
Okay.
Hello, Salum?
So I was saying, why don't they put some speed limits beyond and before the school?
Good.
So like to know that there's a school ahead.
That's a pretty interesting input. Thank you very much for that. So that even when someone is driving in an area where there's a school, they are aware of the limits they should maintain while driving in that area. Very good. Abe?
They're supposed to put like a parking place, like a proper parking place, not just like a small place and they know that they have a lot of parents to park their cars.
Great input. Thank you very much. We can have Abigail, Yasmin. Peace. Peace, Samuel.
I think that putting signs so that there is a school ahead isn't enough. Some people may ignore them. You can put bumps. This will actually cause the driver to slow down.
Yes. Very good input. Thank you very much. To have signs to show that this is a school area, to make everyone aware, not just, we can have cyclists aware, motorcycles, bikers, and all those things. We have Abe. Abe, do you have something to say? Or Aiden? Aiden, I can see you have your mic unmuted. Okay, so maybe let's move to the chat board and see what people are saying. I would advise they do construct a parking place where cars can even, where cars can even enter without a problem, and for the students to have a sidewalk where they can walk. Okay. Great input there, Nicole. Someone else is saying schools should be built far from roads. Okay. But isn't roads a good thing? Aren't roads a good thing, But great input there. Okay, government should give money to the schools that lack money so that they can improve their schools and make sign of schools and speed bump. And someone else is supporting you. Yes, that is a very great input. I think it is important to have all schools having a sign showing that it is a school area and this is the speed that you should maintain. Liane is saying, I think safety in schools rely on the government effort. Very true. But remember, we can also do something from our end. There's also an input that we can have, because just by having this conversation, we're also making an input. So in matters of advocacy, let's have these conversations. Let's have trends. Right now, most of the young people are on TikTok, they are on social media, they are on Instagram. Can we have messages to advocate for these issues? Because even beyond the government, there is what me myself as Juliet that I can do, that I am capable of doing with my phone, with my voice. So let us also have that, as we also advocate for the government to do these other things. Okay.
Juliet,
Yes.
feedback.
Yes.
On the chat box as we wrap up the first session.
Yes. Actually, that was more of my time. And I know the next facilitator will have something that they also want you guys to talk about. But thank you very much. That was my time. And I've really enjoyed my session. So, and the way you guys are having these inputs. So I'll now be also a participant and maybe even like writing on the chat board and something like that. So thank you very much. Over to you, Fred. Fred. You guys are really amazing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm simply a participant. I'll now be listening. We'll be having another facilitator taking over. So yes, I'm still around. We can have questions on the chat board and things like that. So Fred, kindly, the ball is now on your court. You're most welcome. For those who are saying thank you, you are most welcome.
Okay, I hope it is fine right now. Yes, so as I was saying, Juliet, thank you so much for that wonderful conversation on road safety. I can see that the young people have a lot of interest in improving safety within the schools and around the community. So I'll just pick up from where my colleague Juliet left it at. So my name is Fred Ogada, and I am the VIA Road Safety Team Lead in Nakuru County. So we have heard about the statistics and how road incidences claim a lot of lives. But how does this happen? What are some of the practices? What are some of the things that we do that contributes to these crashes and collisions? So we've really, from the comments, I can see my colleague has covered several areas, but I'll move on to share my screen right now. Let's see. Yes, so I'll share my screen. So we'll begin from the main risk factors. So risk factors refers to some of the risky behavior that you yourselves as young people engage in, things that make you vulnerable to road traffic incidences. So I had several people sharing experiences of near collisions and near incidences, but I'd like to hear from you. How many of us have ever been involved in a road traffic incidents before? So how many have ever come across any funny scenario on the road? Probably you are crossing and this border guy almost knocked you over. So I'd like to hear. Yes?
We can't really hear you.
You're muted.
Fred,
Yes?
please unmute on Teams as well.
I am unmuted everywhere. You cannot hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? If anybody can hear me, can you raise a hand? Oh, yeah. Really?
I can hear you, Fred.
Yes, so everybody can hear me.
I don't know about the others.
So I hope if you can hear me, then everybody else can hear me. So
You're still muted. We can't hear.
okay, maybe Cecilia.
Fred, could you try that again?
I am not muted. Can you guys hear me?
I don't think we can hear you on Teams.
Hello, you're muted. You're muted.
Is there a change? Is there a change still? Hello?
Fred, kindly just try logging in again.
But how comes you can hear me? You okay? Let me try. Hello, Cecilia. about road safety, which is a really important discussion. So I was following the conversation that we were having with Juliet, and already you guys already introduced some of the things that we wanted to talk about. So we are going to talk about some of the risk factors, some of the things that make you or us in general vulnerable to road traffic incidences. So we've heard about the statistics from Juliet, and it is quite sad that on a daily basis, 700 young people get to die on the roads because of related injuries and such kinds of situations. So on the risk factors, what are some of the issues? What are some of the issues that has made it risky for us to use the roads? So I'd like to hear experiences from the participants. Is there anybody here that has encountered a road traffic incident or a near road traffic incident? Probably you are coming from school and there's this border guy that almost knocked you over. So if there is any if there's any such kinds of experience or anybody who has witnessed, I'd like to hear so that we dig deeper into the conversation. So I can see some Samrawit has raised the hand. Abey, you are good to go. You can share your story.
At that time I was 5 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were heading back home from the beach, me and my mom. Then a woman from the hospital, a woman from home, nearly giving birth. She was in a tuk-tuk.
Okay.
Then the tuk-tuk was being pressured by the woman.
Okay.
So the man was like going crazy with the. So when he was trying to overtake her.
Okay.
And he was also talking on phone. So that is when he crashed our car.
Oh, so the tuk-tuk hit your car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And broke the windscreen.
The windscreen. Were there any injuries?
The woman got hurt, and the woman got hurt actually, and her young daughter.
Okay.
The one she was with.
Yes. So thank you so much for sharing that experience, Abey. So just from a story, there are several causes or risk factors on the roads that are beyond our control, but some of these issues, they are things that we are able to control and find solutions to. So if you look at the screen, risk factors occur when crossing the road. So when crossing the road, especially if it is there is heavy traffic on the road, you are more likely to be involved in a road traffic incidents. Then we'll get to talk about the solutions to some of these causes of road traffic.
most mode of transport for human is walking on foot.
It's walking on foot.
It's walking on foot.
Okay, there's also another hand. So I can see people saying walking, road. Yes, so I'll agree with Kimuchai. The most natural mode of transport for humans, it's walking. So in walking, there's a video that we are going to play for you. So be very keen in the video. Observe what happens, the things that you will be able to see.
So, excuse me, apart from you, someone else might on.
So if there is a participant who has their mic on, please please mute so that we can avoid having the echo. Yes. So I think the echo issue has been sorted, Cindy. Yes. So is there any other different opinion on the most natural mode of transport for human beings? Do you all agree that it is walking? Yes. So I think, Cecilia, we can share, we can play the video so that we can get to see. So in the video, be very observant. Get to see what goes on in the video. If you can have somewhere where you can note down a few things that you'll be able to see, because I'll have interesting questions after the video has been played. Yes. Yes. So let us see, is the video ready? So as, yes. Yes. Yes, is it okay? So remember to take note of what you see in the video, because I'll have some interesting questions. So just be observant and get to also listen on what the video is talking about. Yes. So somebody's asking, what do you mean by natural? By natural, we mean organic, like, why is walking the most natural mode of transport? It is because every journey begins and ends by walking. I can see people saying road, somebody saying driving, because even before you get into the vehicle, you will have to walk from your home to the bus station, then you get into the vehicle. Then the vehicle will not take you up to inside the room or wherever you will have to go to. So in every journey, it has to begin and end by walking. So in walking, what are some of the things that you should be? How are you going to walk safe? What are some of the practices that you are going to adopt from this video to help you be much safer on the road? Yes. So get to look for such points as we will be sharing the video. Yes, I can see somebody saying it's walking and it's also free. Yes, walking is free, and that's what makes it one of the most natural modes for transport. Yes. Samrawit, I can see Abe, your hand is up again. What do you have to share with us? You can go ahead.
First, you have to, when you're walking, you have to use the right way.
You have to use the right way. Yes?
Yeah. When crossing the road, you know you're supposed to use the zebra crossing.
Yes, it's okay. So,
but you'll find most of the people in Kenya don't use zebra crossing.
They do not use the zebra crossings. Yes. So I think we should.
They're looking for the shortcut.
For the shortcut. Yes. So let us watch the video and let us be very keen. Yes, you can go ahead and play the video. Yes, so it's nice.
Can you hear the audio? Can you guys hear the audio?
No.
No.
Okay, just a second. Just a second.
Refers to the didactic
What about now?
knowing.
Yes.
Welcome
Yes.
Welcome to the video for the knowledge module, Walking of Via. Global road safety education for a new generation. This module refers to the didactic step, knowing. Within this module, young people learn about safe walking in traffic. Walking is the most natural mode of transport and common in all societies around the world. But as a pedestrian, you are not alone in traffic. You can walk safely in traffic when you walk on the inside edge of a sidewalk or a walking path or a lane separated from the road. Don't use your smartphone when walking so that your attention is focused on traffic. Also, remove your headphones so that you can hear. Make yourself visible. Wear bright clothes or reflecting materials when it's dark. If there is no sidewalk or walking path, use the outside edge of the road for walking and make sure you face oncoming traffic so that you can see approaching vehicles better. Be careful in narrow streets. When vehicles meet there, the space for pedestrians becomes very scarce. If you see friends on the other side of the road, don't cross the road without thinking. First, stop. First, remain at the curbside of the pavement road. Then, look in both directions for oncoming vehicles. Listen and keep looking for approaching vehicles while crossing. Use existing walking facilities like zebra crossing, island crossing, underpass, overpass, even if you have to take a detour. If you are walking in groups, you have to be particularly attentive because you are easily distracted. If you walk in a group, walk in pairs, in a row. If you follow these simple rules, you can walk safely in traffic.
Yes, so I hope everyone has seen the video. Sindio? Yes, I hope everyone has seen the video. So back to my questions. What did you learn from the video? What did you learn from the video? So you can share. Yes, already there is a hand. Jewel, yes. What did you learn from the video? You can go ahead. Yes, Jewel. What did you learn from the video? You can unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I have learned that when you are walking on the road, if there is no pavement, you use the edge of the road and you walk towards the oncoming traffic, not opposite. Yes.
Yes. So thank you for that, Jewel. Anybody else? I can see there are several hands. Let's see. Anybody else? Abey again. What did you learn from the video?
I've learned that when we are working in groups,
So you can mute your microphone so that we can avoid having the echo, please. Once you've presented, just mute your microphone. So let us hear from Abey. What did you learn from the video?
I've learned that when you're walking in groups, beside the road, you have to walk in pairs, so that you don't cross the curve line.
Yes. So please.
And when you're crossing the road, you have to use zebra crossing and all kinds of signs that show that you are allowed to cross.
So please check if your microphone is muted so that we can avoid having the echo. Mute, everybody to mute, please. Yes. So I think that's much better. Thank you for that. So she has said that when you are working in groups, you are supposed to walk in pairs on the pavements. And I can see a lot of comments here already. There's somebody saying that I learned that when walking, we should not use our phones. Then when walking, we should wear bright clothes when walking at night. Yes, so that is also correct. And that is really a nice input. There's somebody also adding that we should not use our smartphones when walking, which is advisable. Yes, so you've realized that the issue of the smartphone really comes into play. Everybody is highlighting the concept of not using the smartphones. So I'd like to hear from more people. Any more hands? What have you learned from the video? What have you learned about walking safe? Yes, Valentine? You can go ahead. Valentine, you can unmute. Okay, any other hand? Okay, yes, go ahead. Okay, let's give Prudence a chance. Prudence, what have you learned from the video?
When walking, you should face the oncoming vehicles.
Yes, when walking, you should face oncoming vehicles. It is important not to turn your back on traffic. Yes, look at the direction where you are going to and make sure that if you are going to a specific place, you are able to see vehicles as they come. Do not turn your back on traffic. Yes. So, Prudence. What have you been able to learn? I can see there's somebody saying we should cross the road at the safe crossing points. For example, the zebra crossings. Then when crossing a busy road, yes, I can see there's somebody saying we should cross the road on the safe crossing points. Example, the zebra crossings. There's somebody else also mentioning the using of footbridge. Somebody is asking if you can speak something. Yes, you can go ahead and share your inputs. Then also you should pay much attention on the road. Yes, but I'd like us to focus on the visibility aspect. Remember, when we were talking about some of the risk factors, some of the things that make us vulnerable to road traffic incidences. Because when we are walking and a driver knocks you down with the vehicle, whether it is a matatu or a tuk-tuk or a boda-boda, the first assumption is that hakuwa na kuona, sindio? The driver was not able to see you. So it is very important to improve visibility on the road. And how can we improve visibility? it means you have to make yourself to be more visible. So put on reflective clothing. If you have a really bright Marvin, this is red or white, so you can put on that. If you have a really bright jumper or a jacket, get to put on that, because most of you, as I am aware, go to school very early in the morning when there is not too much light, and you come back home later in the evening. So you are supposed to improve your visibility. Make the drivers to be able to see you, to see you properly. Yes. Anybody else that has learned something from the video? Somebody saying, yes, it's in the ground, but here in Kenya, I don't think we can put them. Then when you spot someone on the opposite side of the road, don't cross the road without thinking. Yes. So Abigail, that is a really nice input. You have to think. Yes. Let us hear from Faith.
Personally, I've learned that we should not have our ears engaged with earphones and headphones when walking on the road.
Yes, and that is a really interesting concept. Do not use earphones when you are on the road. So thank you for that input. Anything else that we've been able to learn from the video? There's one thing that we are avoiding to mention. Anything else that we've been able to learn from the video? How can we walk safe? Yes, I can see the... Smith said, when walking, be attentive, and when in a group, go in pairs and walk on the sideways. Yes. So,
excuse me.
Yes.
Whoever he or she has unmuted herself, please mute yourself.
Yes.
You're making echo.
Yes. Let us have everybody muted. Let us mute everybody. Only unmute when you've been given permission to give your presentation. So from the video, you understood that as a young person, never put yourself in danger because of emotions. Yes. Do not fail to think and act appropriately on the road because you are angry, because you are sad, because you are annoyed. Remember that you have to observe caution on the road at all given times. Then it is also your duty as a road user, as a young person, to understand some of the things that make it risky for you, some of the risky and non-risky behaviors. Because as per tradition, most young people cross the roads at the speed bumps. But is it really safe? The fact that you've been crossing at the speed bumps for all this while does not mean that it is safe for you. You are risking yourself when crossing. Just the concept from the video, you are supposed to use the safe crossing points. Use the zebra crossings. If there are no nearby zebra crossings, use any other safe point that you can access. Look for wherever there is a road sign that indicates a children crossing, then you are able to cross. You are able to cross at that point. I can see Molly saying, I have a question. Yes, let's hear a question. So should one walk on the left or right side of the road? Yes, that is a really interesting question. Should one walk on the left or on the right side of the road? Who can help us with the answer? Who can help us with the answer? Aiden is saying it depends. Who can help us explain from what you've learned in the video? When walking on the road, should we walk on the left or on the right side of the road? Any hand?
I think it depends with the direction you are moving.
Okay.
If, for example, you are moving, if the cars are moving forward, then you're supposed to be walking while facing the cars.
Yes, it depends with which direction you are going. But what you have to make sure is that your back is not turned to traffic. If you are, whichever direction you will be heading to, make sure that you face traffic. You are able to see the vehicles as they come. You are able to see the borders as they come. Because on the roads, you will not always be alone. There'll be other cyclists there. There'll be other motorists there. So you have to face, you have to look at them. So that is a really nice question. Yes, Jermaine said you should walk in the direction for the oncoming cars, which is right. Yes. So again, I'll get to share my screen. So if there's anything else we failed to mention, you can just highlight it. So as you can see, it is your responsibility to take note of your own personal safety. Sindio? Yes, personal safety goes beyond you as an individual. It also covers the aspect of your property. Do not walk at night in dangerous or unsafe areas, especially if you are alone. Yes, and if you have to walk at night, how are you supposed to improve visibility? I'd like to hear from you. If you have to walk at night, how do you improve visibility? What are some of the things that you can be able to do? Somebody saying wear reflectors. Yes, you are supposed to wear reflectors. Yes, Milan.
Wear bright clothes.
Wear bright clothes. Yes. And any other suggestion? What are you supposed to do when you're walking at night? Can our eyes see well at night? Yes, somebody saying wear neon colors, which is true. Wear bright reflective clothes. You are correct. Yes, so you're also supposed to use a spotlight. To me, a torch. If you're walking at night, use.
Excuse me, muted yourself.
I think it's the organizers, but it's back to normal. So if you are walking at night, use a torch, use a spotlight. It will help you see clearly. Yes, and remember, the first step in observing safety when walking on the road is becoming more visible. Yes. Somebody saying carry a pocket knife with you. Are you supposed to carry a pocket knife? Are you supposed to carry a pocket knife? No, Sindio. Yes, you're not supposed to be carrying pocket knives or any kinds of dangerous weapons. The best thing for you.
Illegal.
Yes. Yes, Milan.
It's illegal.
It is illegal. Yes, it is illegal. And he goes further to ask, what if a criminal comes? The aspect, what we are trying to introduce is that.
Danger.
Yes, then you are supposed, you will not be in any kind of danger if you avoid risky or such areas that people get mugged or mobbed in. Sindio? Because in your own personal estates, you know areas that have recorded high number of muggings, and you are supposed to avoid those areas. Then the best practice, what I'll advise the young people for today, when you are walking at night, one of the best ways to feel that sense of security is not walking alone. So walk with a friend or walk with somebody who is older than you, who can advise and protect you. Yes. I saw a question up here. I saw a really interesting question. Yes. I have a question. So should what? Okay, the question has been answered. Yes, thank you for that. Then let us talk a little bit about cycling as we prepare to call it a wrap. Cycling. How many of us here have bicycles? How many cycle? Wangapi wako na baiskeli hapa? You probably use it to go to school in the morning and come back in the evening for those in the day schools. I can see a lot of our participants have bicycles. Yes, bicycles. Some use school buses. Yes. So for those people who have bicycles, how many of you have helmets? How many have helmets? Is there anybody with an helmet whom we can talk to? A hand? Is there anybody who has a bicycle and also owns an helmet? Yes, David is saying he has an helmet, but he does not use it. Yes. So when you are cycling, it is important for you to have the safety gear. Safety gears is that you have to put on an helmet. Then you have to put on a reflector. Why is it important to put on a reflector? It goes back to our fundamental rule of observing safety on the road for you to be visible. Because I know probably there are a lot of challenges concerning acquisition of helmets. Helmets are expensive. But helmets are useful. Helmets will come into play because it will protect you from further injuries if at all you get involved in any road traffic incidences. So those people that have the bicycles, I'll challenge you, I'll challenge us, work on acquiring the reflectors. The reflectors are really affordable to get, but the helmet may be a bit costly. But it is worth keeping you safe. So let us work on getting the helmet. So let us go back to the shared screen. I hope everybody can see. As you can see from my little picture, there is a rider. The rider has a helmet and has a reflector. Then this guy is riding at night. How do you know that this guy is riding at night? Yes?
I can't see your shared screen.
You can't see my shared screen, okay?
Yes.
Let me share again.
Thank you.
Let me share. Are you able to see it now?
No.
Who is able to see my screen?
I can see it.
Yes, you can see my screen, Cindy. Yes, you can see that the rider has a sort of an indicator at the back here, something that indicates for vehicles or any motorist that may be following behind. Then the rider is riding at night. Amewasha torch, is able to clearly see where he's going. Then he has a helmet on. Then most importantly, he has put on a reflector. So everybody, all of us, those people that have the bicycles and use them to commute from one place to another, it is important and very vital for us to use them. Yes, there's also somebody introducing an aspect of the knee pads and the elbow pads. Yes, have those. They will protect you from any form of any further injuries if at all you get involved in any road traffic incidences. Yes. Yes. So somebody is also asking about skating. How many of us skate here? You can share in the comment section. Yes, I can see several people also skate. When you are skating, do you have a helmet? Do you have the knee pads? Or you just go skating? Yes, I can see some people have, but do not use them. So I hope that from now on, moving forward, all this knowledge that you've been able to acquire about safe crossing, about cycling safe, you are able to change your attitude. If at all you have an helmet and you've not been using it, this is the right time for you to start using it. Become an ambassador of road safety. Get to teach young people in your schools and the community. Get to engage your parents in road safety talks, ways in which they can also improve your own personal safety, because the road traffic incidences, they can occur to anybody. If on a daily basis 700 young people get to lose their lives, how special are you? How comes that it is not you that is not involved in the road traffic incidences? So let us not take things for granted. If you are skating, if you are cycling, always put on the reflectors, always put on the helmets, always become visible. Then also, as a road user, it is important for you to learn how to communicate with other road users. The drivers are there, and you are at a turn.
Someone called Henry Nabutola.
I can also see him. Henry, please kindly mute yourself. Yes, we can now proceed. Yes, apology accepted. Yes. So when you are able to become visible on the road, you will not be involved in the road traffic incidences. So I like us to talk about distractions. And in distractions, we'll be focusing on physical, mental distractions, and also visual distractions. Everybody's able to see my screen again, Cynthia. Under visual distractions, we recommend that you do not use your mobile phones or any other devices on the road, things that can distract you. Then under mental distractions, it's all about your psychosocial state. Are you in the right mental capacity to be on the road by yourself? Because as young people, what are some of the things that can probably distract you or have distracted you in the past while using the road? I'd like to hear them. How many have ever encountered incidences of distractions? Yes?
I can't see your screen.
Oh, you can't see the screen. Let me reshare again. Yes. I hope everybody is now able to see the screen. So I'd like to hear from the audience. Has anybody ever been distracted on the road? Hmm? Suddenly, you are walking on the road. Yes. Tell us a little about it. Let everybody mute, please. Yes.
There's an echo, so
Yes.
let's have everybody mute.
Let's have everybody mute, please. Nice. So share with us what happened when you are distracted.
When using the phone and listening to loud music. So I was riding my bicycle. Then a car hit me at the back.
Okay. So he was riding his bicycle, listening to music, loud music with the earphones. Then a car hit him from the back. So when you are riding the bicycle, were you having a helmet or a reflector on? I want us to see how many.
No.
Yes? No. Cynthia?
No.
You are not having any of those things on. Cynthia? Yes. So anybody else who has encountered cases of distractions on the road? I saw several hands again. Let us mute everybody. Anybody else who has encountered any form of distraction? Maybe you play with your friends when you're from school in the evening. You play games on the road. You kick cans.
Fred, there's still some echo.
Yes, I can also hear the echo, but I think he has muted. Yes, he has now muted. Yes, Milan. Yes, go ahead, share.
There was this one time I was riding my bike.
Okay.
So like my mom was trying to warn me that there is like a car in front of me.
Okay.
So I was like not looking, like I was concentrated on her, trying to tell her that I cannot hear what she was saying. And then I crashed. I don't remember what it was because that time I was 5 years old.
Okay.
I crashed and all I remember is me in the hospital. I blacked out and I broke my right arm.
Okay. Yes. So you are distracted, Cynthia? Yes, but I hope that from after having this lesson, you are going to be able to act different. You are going to be the agents of change among young people, among your peers, people that are between 10 to 18 years. So you are able to talk to them about improving road safety. So thank you for that. So I'd like us to go back to our screen again and move to our next and final area for discussion. So let us talk about blind spots. Let us talk about blind spots. So I'd like to hear from you. What do you think blind spots are? What is a blind spot? What is a blind spot on the road? Yes, Rene? You can go ahead, Rene. Somebody saying where people don't use their eyes. Huh? You can go ahead, Rene. We can't hear you. Maybe unmute. Yes, ahora.
Yes, ahora.
What are blind spots? What do you understand by a blind spot? Somebody saying, I think it's where many accidents occur, as in the black spots. Yes. Somebody saying it's where most accidents occur, as in the black spots. Any hand who can help us define what a blind spot is? Yes. Taya is saying a place where you can't see like a corner. So a place where you can't see like a corner is a blind spot. So a blind spot is very different from a black spot. A black spot is an area that is high risk, and several road traffic crashes get to happen there. Yes, Aura, what do you have to say? Go ahead. Yes, Philip is saying blind spots are places outside of vehicle where you are out of focus of the driver or operator, which is basically right, because if a driver is on the driver's seat, the points of view, there's the side mirrors, Cindy. Any other thing that the driver can use to see the surrounding area? Yes, so as you can see on the screen, that is it is a track. These areas, the areas that are marked yellow, these are blind spots. Blind spots are areas within a vehicle that the driver or the operator is not able to see. You see the point immediately in front of the vehicle down there at the bumper. If there's a young kid that is seated down there and the driver is on the driver's seat, the driver will not be able to see the person that is there. So you are supposed to avoid being in the blind spots. Be where you are able to communicate effectively with the driver, and any other area where the driver is able to see you. So blind spots are different from the black spots. Yes. So as you can see here, these yellow areas, these are the blind spots for this lorry. Yes. Yes, Herin, you're saying you've been carrying your hands since morning. Yes, it is now your turn. What do you have to share with us? Go ahead, Herin. Is everybody able to see the shared screen?
Yes, I think it's just their device, unfortunately.
Okay.
Probably they can try refresh. Somebody had a view that blind spot is where blind people stay, but now that you have cleared that out, I think that's okay. Yes. As we wrap up that area.
Yes. So finally, I want us to talk about road safety messages. So as you can see from my screen, we are still continuing to advocate for road safety amongst young people and also in the community. So you who has been part of this session today, we now consider you as an ambassador of road safety. So as an ambassador of road safety, what is your role? What is your input? So I'd like us, everybody that is listening to me, I'd like us to develop road safety messages. In developing road safety messages, let us focus on trying to address a specific challenge. So you can select a topic out of the road traffic risk factors, probably overspeeding, distractions, driving under influence, overcarrying to capacity. So once you've been able to identify a problem, I'd challenge you to come up with a road safety message, a message that we can use to sensitize people beyond this discussion. So from the shared screen, you can able to follow. We've had people come up with road safety messages such as, be smarter than your smartphone, don't speed in front of our school, don't drink and drive. So just quick, as we try to give everybody a chance to address. So let me start seeing hands. What is your road safety message? What is that slogan that you feel we can use to sensitize in the community and beyond the community and your school? What are you going to use to sensitize? Are you going to tell them, don't drink and drive? Are you going to tell them, do not speed around our schools? So let us try and develop some of the road safety messages. What are you trying to address? How can you address overspeeding? Road safety messages. Let us see them. Yes, go ahead.
What they can do is that people should ensure that they tie their safety belt.
Yes. So he has said people should ensure that they tie their safety belts. He has said that people should ensure they should tie their safety belts. Sindio? So he has said people should ensure that they should tie their safety belts. So which message can we develop from there? We can say, hey, you passenger, tie your safety. Funga mishipi bana, tie your safety belts. Yes. Yes, Mark Smith really has a nice one. He's saying, stay focused, stay alive. Distracted driving is not worth the risk. Keep your eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. So this Mark Smith has really come up with a really nice, interesting message. He says, stay focused, stay alive. Distracted driving is not worth the risk. Keep your eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and mind on the task at hand. One text or a call will be the difference between life and death. Arrive alive, avoid distraction. So I can see we already have one really capable road safety ambassador, really nice. Renee is saying, the speed that thrills is the speed that kills. That is really awesome. Yes. Patience is saying, try to avoid distractions. Aiden is saying, drive slow, save lives. So I'd like to see the road safety messages. If you've not been given a chance to participate in the discussion, I'd like to see the message. I'll get to read it. He's saying, drive slow, save lives. That is Aiden again. Kimuta is saying, avoid being drunk while driving. Yes. So you can continue to develop various road safety messages and create more awareness on improving road safety, not only for yourselves, but in your schools and in the community as a whole. So really, thank you for all the messages. Yes, look before you leap. Yes, look before you leap. That is applicable also in safe crossing. So Cecilia, I'll hand it over back to you. It was a really nice discussion on road safety, so that there's somebody that has developed a song, magari magari nasikia naona kwa macho nachunga maisha yangu. Yes, kucheza cheza barabarani siwezi na njia ya magari, baiskeli na matatu. So it is really impressive. Get to develop these road safety messages. For those that have mobile phones, get to post them on your status. Get to share them on your social media handles in Facebook and also in Red Cross social media handles. Don't drink if you want to see. Don't drink and if you want to see your ancestors. Okay, David. Sawa. So I'll hand the program back to Cecilia, but still continue to send in your questions, still continue to send in some of the road safety messages that you've been able to come up with. Yes. So at this point, Yes. Yes, Cecilia, can you hear me? Welcome so much, Abey. Yes. So become agents of change, become road safety champions. Pay attention, be wise. That is really creative from Herin. Don't text and drive. You might accidentally autocorrect yourself right into a crash. Wow, so we really have some creative people here. To avoid ulevi. Yes, thank you, Fred. Yes, welcome, Molly. Yeah, I had a good time. Yeah, thank you. I also had a good time. Thank you for enlightening me on using safety gear. You are welcome. David. Yes. So,
okay, Fred, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Is there an echo?
No, there is no echo.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that feedback and the questions. And where is this? I'm really trying to get. Sorry, we are the people you keep on saying admin wametuzimia mic. So please forgive us. Please forgive us for that. Just a second, please. I'm trying to share my screen.
Yes,
say that again.
Cecilia, there is Aura who has a really nice road safety message. One life is better than none. A phone in hand is good, but bad on the road. Nice. We don't live twice and neither thrice. So don't take life for granted. It will be much delightful if you follow the rules. Yes, so we are on the same page. Aura, that is really nice. Yes. So Cecilia, back to you.
Thank you so much. Just a second. I'm trying to share my screen. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So thank you very much. I think we have had, or I have had a fantastic session. I was trying to see if anybody would just say, hey, it's me, I want to unmute and sing my road safety song. It would have been really, really cool. Is there anyone, by the way, who would want to just unmute? And I saw a song and some rap over here. Anyways, is there anybody who would want to? I wouldn't want to, just have this chance go away. Yes, ahora is a rap. Ahora. Hey, you want to rap yetu kidogo? Who was unmuted? Okay. So thank you. I really just want to appreciate each and every one of you. I know we will be sharing. Mshaanza kutupa mistari penye pale kwa DM. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. Is there anyone with a question for the facilitators or just feedback? You could possibly just type it on the chat box and we will be able to pick it up just in a minute or so. Just either put it on the chat box or unmute for me to hear. If you have anything. Naona pale kwa DM. No. Yeah. Is there any feedback? No, thank you. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys,